Sup, Reitanna, it's Reitanna Seishin here. I just wanted to discuss something. What does it mean to put effort into something? Let's say I'm making my cartoon character, and I'm so lazy right now. I really don't even care. I'm just gonna stick a sphere right here, and then I'm gonna take another sphere and I'm gonna make it all small type. Oops. I hate it when I do that. And let's see. Oh yeah, that's... Wait. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and join these. Gotta flip them normals. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna go into materials, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. New material. And I'm just gonna... Whoops. See, it's hard to half-ass this. Okay, so I'm gonna make this material, and then I'm going to make this material, and I'm gonna assign it right there, and then I'm gonna take this sphere, and I'm gonna make a new material, and I'm gonna just make it sort of that color. And then, what I could do is, I've never actually tried texture paint before. So, okay. Add paint slot? Yeah, see, I don't know how to do that. But, okay, so just, let's pretend that grease pencil is my thing. I could just do a... You're a missing UV! You! Okay. Let's just make a nose. And let's just make a... I don't use grease pencil very much. A mouth. And this is my eyebrows. And let's go... Nope, that's not gonna work out for me. Hey! Hey! Oh my goodness. Can you tell that I don't use grease pencil a lot? Eyelash. 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 And there you go. The funny thing with grease pencil is it's not exactly on there, but if I wanted to put in some effort, I could move that and make it look a little better. But, that's me. I'm so lazy. I don't want to put any effort into anything. I don't wanna. Now, putting effort into something means meticulously going step by step through everything and fixing all details to make it look as good as possible. And that's what I do with all of my projects, whether it's 3D modeling, whether it's sorry, I was just thinking about something. Whether it's drawing, doing vectors or drawing or anything, unless I'm doing a quick sketch for something. Let's go ahead and move it up a little bit. Gonna smooth that. Sculpting, writing, recording. Really, the only things that I don't put effort into is, sometimes when it's just a video, I don't want to, edit it, but I end up putting more effort into it than I, feel like it, but that's just because of depression and stuff. But even when I do muffins, and even when I don't want to do it at all, I still put effort into it. So here's what it looks like to put effort into something, and note that I have not perfected this yet. I've tried it once and had a lot of trouble with it, so that's why I haven't, posted any 3D models of my character or anything. So what I'm gonna do is do a bunch of stuff that you probably don't understand, and I'm gonna put it up to 2. And I'm gonna hide this real quick. I don't remember which one puts the shrink, which one I was supposed to have the shrink modifier on. I actually think it's this one. See, I have somebody made a tutorial for me to help me out with this, because I learn better with visual aid, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm perfect because I'm not. And I'm going to go ahead and put the shrink wrap first, I think. I have to look up how to do things when I don't know how to do them, when I can't figure them out myself. Why you diagonal? Oh, I must have rotated you on the wrong. That's okay. That is okay. How did I... There's no clear rotation? Okay. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that, but that's okay. Okay, so what I meant to do was to rotate it a little bit this way. So I don't want, like, a shitty model of my character. I want it to look good, not just for me, but for anybody seeing it. So how do I do that? Well, I put effort into it. And just because at the moment I really just don't feel like doing muffins because of depression and bullying, doesn't mean that I don't put effort into things. Because even when, I'm editing muffins and stuff, even if I don't want to do it, I'm still putting effort into it. Try to make that a little more round. I'm gonna do this. It's not really a good circle, but I think I'm doing it a lot differently than when I first tried it. Now, the hard part, it would almost seem like making a spherical headed character would be easy. Even that doesn't, but she does have really big eyes. I draw them with really big eyes. But it's not. I tried to do this on my own, and it is not easy. I am going to make sure... And Blender is also not an easy program to learn. What was it? SX0? No, it is SX0. Right? Perfect. It was probably already straight, but okay, on the 0, good. Blender is overly complicated. I think what I'm gonna do... And I'm doing this quickly, as quick as I can, just to show. That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do faces. Okay. And then... let's say this is the mouth. This isn't how I was doing it before. Okay. So the lines you're seeing here, they're called topology. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I actually want to do that. And the problem with a face is, especially if you want to animate it, you need to make sure that the topology is set up in a way to where you can make a character blink, to where you can make them move their mouth. And right now, it's not very good at all. So, let's see, I can do that and that. No. And when using a subdivision surface, you should probably avoid triangles, but in some instances, it's not that simple. I have a craving for Subway. I don't want to have a craving for Subway because I am not able to obtain Subway. I'm going to make this a little easier on myself. And do that. And then... That's not supposed to happen. Are you in? No. Okay. So here's a problem here. Here is a problem. And because I'm having this problem, I wouldn't have this problem if I hadn't made that mistake in the beginning. See, these are the things that you have to go back and you have to fix. Because you're putting in, what's the word called? It's called effort. You're putting in effort in the thing that you're working on. And I noticed what the stupid little thingy should stop doing that. Just don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm just making... Huh. And that's where I would start over. But let me show you what I was working on. So I'm gonna go to where did I put it? Cartoon Reitanna. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you start, and this is with the shrink wrap off. No, that's with the shrink wrap on. Oh, and you start with a cube. That was the problem I did. I forgot you start with a cube. And then, okay, so you have to have the subdivision surface on the duplicate and no subdivision surface on this one yet, and just the shrink wrap on. And then I believe you apply the shrink wrap, you delete the duplicate, and then you put on subdivision modifier, but you don't apply it. And you can see that the topology is obviously a lot better here, but there's still some problems. And that's where, you have to try to avoid triangles, and it's very difficult. So then after this, I got to this. And I believe, okay, so I still have the cube there. Okay, I have the spheres there. Let's go into material. So there I made the eyes, and I did make lazy material just so that I could see the eyes. Let's go ahead and add a lazy material to this real quick, just to show. And I hadn't done the ears yet. And then, let's check out the topology. So you don't apply the subdivision. Not yet. So if you go to mode, and I think I put a second shrink wrap on that, which I'm not sure if I was supposed to. Oh, I see. No, yeah. And then, oops, I got to, what are we on? 2? 3. So I made the ears. You can see that it does not look great. This is why I most likely have to start over from scratch. Did I try adding shape keys yet? No, I did not. But here, I like the nose. The nose is good. The ears are okay. I'm not sure if they should be lower or not. I haven't done anything to move the eyes yet, because I would have done shape keys first. Before doing shape keys, I would probably make the entire body. But you can see that it's kind of lumpy, and the reason for that, I went to the eye. I didn't want to go to the eye. And you can see that the eyes are flat. Well, let's go to the head. And this is something that I have to try to avoid. So, because of this triangle not having an edge in between it, it's making a little dip. But if I do this, and this is what symmetrize is supposed to do. Boop, now there's one over there. But when I do that, let's see, I have to see the difference. Okay, so there's a dip. And it kind of looks like the dip is fixed, but unless it's shadeless, it won't, it kind of looks like a little rivet instead. And then I got to, and note that this took many hours, many days. So it's basically the same thing, but I did add a shape key, and that's the mouth. So this was doing it from scratch, following a tutorial that someone specifically made me for this specific type of shape and face. Now, when I work on a project, even when I was doing muffins, no matter what it is, I am on the computer the entire day, working constantly. Unless I'm in a bad mood, or I'm sad, or something, then I will watch videos, play Animal Crossing, do something like that. But otherwise, I am doing this all day, every day, and it's especially been all day, every day lately, just because I just really enjoy doing this. And when you're working days and days at a time for hours, and I hate having to take a break to do the necessities, eat, go to the bathroom, sleep, because that means I have to stop my project. I've also been going to bed earlier than I used to, and I'm still tired because I'm just tired all the time. But let's see. Models. Which one do I want to open? I'll open this one. But where was I going with this? But regardless, I get up, Mike and I cuddle, and then we go eat, and then we do rat time, and then we sit together on the bed, and he watches wrestling and does stuff on his phone, and I do my dailies in Animal Crossing. When I'm done with my dailies, I get up and I go on the computer, and I start work. Well, first I check my messages, which takes significantly less time now that I've disabled comments on all of my videos. And then I get to work. And I made Jelly Girl from scratch. And this is in Blender Render because I couldn't get her colors correct in Cycles, but I will show you what she looks like in Cycles. So what I did was if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I asked you about colors for Jelly Girl. I wanted, first I posted a pastel one, which, if we go to the hair, here's the pastel hair. And this is the pastel body. And then I posted one with hot hair. Body, thank you. And a hotter purple. And a lot of people like the pastel one better, but somebody gave me the suggestion to mix the pastel body with the hot hair. And I think that's going to be the main color scheme that I go with on her. But the only things that I didn't do straight from scratch were the bow and the buttons. Otherwise, everything was from scratch. She's not rigged yet, but I did put shape keys on you, didn't I? So let's go back into material. Before you were seeing the rendered result, but I want to show you the actual animation. So this is blinking right, and she's supposed to be semi-transparent. She's made out of jelly. It is going a little slow. I'm gonna take some of this stuff away. There we go. And then blink left. And this is her left, not mine. And then that's full blink. And I'm actually going to skip the left and rights. This is Joy blink. And I know it's hard to see with her hair because it's supposed to cover her eyes like that. But you can kind of see it through, especially in the rendered result. Sad. Angry. And this isn't easy either, doing the shape keys, because you still have to make sure that it covers the eye and other stuff. And show you the topology in a moment. So after doing her from scratch, I'm like, well, maybe I will be able to do the Reitanna character and her shape keys. So that's something that I have to start over on. And since I modeled the mouth first, all smiley and cute, that has to be the basis instead of having her mouth closed by default, because I didn't really know how to... I could try to explain it to you, you won't understand, trust me.
And then there's a little smile.
And another real frown. And I think I made it a little she's so chubby. She's a chub. Let's show her in solid. Little chubba wubba. She's so sad. And then sad mouth. Ah! And then a little... Oh my god, she's so cute. And then... Ah! So, actually, I was editing material in Cycles, so I'll just show you the picture of what she looked like in Cycles. This was the problem I was having. So, Cycles is cool because it makes things look realistic. So she looks like a little figurine. But I made her look plastic and her body sort of looks metallic. So on Blender Artist, I had to ask for help, and I ended up getting... This is the bane of my existence. Frickin' nodes, man. This is complicated. This crap is... You can work for hours on this crap. It is not easy. It is not for the lazy people. So this is what I ended up getting. And that's without color. And the thing is, they showed me how to do it on 2.8 and above, but I'm working on 2.79. And they said that the object info is supposed to have a color notch, but mine doesn't have a color notch, so I couldn't add color to it. But when I colored the diffuse image, which is this, she's a darker purple. And I'll show, let's see. So this is the pastel, like I said. This was the hot colors, and this is the mix. That's most likely going to be my final. But I really want to do it in Cycles because Blender Internal is not supported anymore. Now here's Sugoi-chan, and I'll show you her in a minute. This is in Cycles, right? Yeah, this is in Cycles. The problem is I wanted her hair super shiny, like it to look like plastic, sort of like how her shoes look. Right here, she looks like a little vinyl figurine, which is adorable and awesome. Then this is in Blender Internal, and I used some shape keys, and you can see some of the shading is a problem, but and she actually is rigged, but I need to fix her rig. So you can see that her hair is much more shiny, but the shading of everything else, like the shadowing in Cycles, is a lot better, as you can see. So that's the problem I have to put in. You know, I'm not gonna just use something that I'm not happy with. That's what's called putting effort in. And now let me show you Sugoi-chan. Open. So I'm gonna go ahead and open Blender Internal Sugoi-chan, because I think that's the one where I was working on the rig. I also made some changes. I flattened the chest a little bit because it made her look like she had little boobs, and it just didn't look right to me. And so let's go to shape keys real quick. Oh, that's why, because I'm not on face. The head. So this is not easy, guys. Like, go try it yourself. Go download Blender and see if you can make these things. So here's the anime sweat drop. These are easy when you're just using images. And anger. And then putting hearts in her eyes. And then, there was... Did I automatically... Yes, I did. So in order to do this, and it's not great because you still see... Like, let's go to rendered. Oh, it's going to be dark, isn't it? Because I do not have lights on. Let's turn the lights on. See how much happier I am when I'm in my element? Doing stuff like this? There's so much going on, it does take a little bit to load. You can usually tell my overall mood by the pitch of my voice. Refer to, oh, that's really bright. There was one of these that I had to get rid of, wasn't there? Anyway, if you refer back to earlier videos where my voice is higher pitched, that's when I was happier. People complain that I'm not that happy, bubbly person anymore, and I'm like, I wonder why. So let's go back to material. Take those away. So if she were shadeless, and what shadeless means is... Boop, boop, boop. Taking the shade away, doing that. Now, if she's shadeless, you can hardly tell that it's there. But she's not shadeless. And if I actually rendered it, I wouldn't need the lamps for something shadeless. Case in point, like that. Excuse me. But I don't want her shadeless. Anyway, continuing on. So I gave her a lot of these anime faces, in which I am definitely not happy with a lot of them. I'm okay with this one. This one was really, really hard to do. It doesn't look that hard, but I had to literally transform the eyelashes to get that shape. See that. And then some tears. And I have the ability to move the tears up and down for different facial expressions. Are you not transparent right now? No, you are. You look better rendered, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to turn the lights on again. But basically, there's some things that are like transparent, but I'm going to double check and make sure you're correct. Alpha 0. Alpha on. Okay, yeah. So in the viewport, when you're just looking at materials, you can often see what it actually looks like the shape that the plane is. And I'm not going to do the right and left ones, just the blink. So it was especially hard to shape the eyelashes. I had to actually do them separately, separate from the face itself. And blink joy is... So this would be why I would have to move the tears up or down. And then, if you can't tell, her mouth is a little nyam mouth. And you can also see some issues here, and wouldn't you know, it has something to do with more triangular shapes. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to fix that. I think if I cut it right here, there shouldn't be a problem, but I can't do that in a shape key because it will screw it up.
So as well as a smile.
If this were shadeless, it wouldn't be a problem.
You will frown.
That one looks especially weird. But this is basically kind of an alpha. And then for eyes, I have small, and I have big, and I have none. Eyebrows are also separate. So for a multitude of expressions, you have up, and right and left. So I could just do one. Say what? And then down. And I can't do a halfway shape key too. So her eyebrows are supposed to be above her or outside of her hair, but if I wanted it down more like this, then that would be a problem. I might have to add a shape key that puts them outward too. Angled down. Angled up.
Happy?
Sad.
Angry?
And straight like incredulous. And then none. And then let's go to the rig. Let's make sure these can't be selected, and I will show you how the rig works. So almost everything works properly. Almost. The thing I'm having trouble with is, it's going slow. I don't remember why. I think it's because I have the subdivision. I'm going to take the subdivision modifier off of everything. Come on. So let's go ahead and take that off. She's not going to look as good. She's going to look low poly. So obviously if she didn't have the subdivisions modifier on, then, But for the sake of doing this, I'm really proud of her hair though. I made a drawing of all these characters, quick sketches, so I have to follow the sketches to make them look as accurate to the sketches as possible. Now the problem I'm having right here is that the arm keeps poking through the sleeve. Let's go into solid mode, and let's select the body and go into weight paint. This is called weight painting. It's where you make sure that everything can move with everything. Now, right now I have it so that my brush, the more I put on, the more the areas will be connected to this bone right here. So let's say I do a bunch of this. Now, if in theory, if this is assigned to the bone, then the arm should go in and the sleeve should go out. I'm wondering if I have to separate them to make the arm more green than the sleeve. And then you can see that I obviously painted on a wrong area. Now, if I subtract, then you can see it go out because that's removing the weights from the arm completely. So that's the problem that I'm having. Let's go back to material mode and let's go back to object and play around more with the pose. Now here, you can take clear transform, put it back in the rest position. Pretty much everything is has bones. So like, I could take this, make it windy. That is also a bit of a problem, something that I will have to address myself. In Blender Internal, I'm also getting this weird shine on the bows, even though they're supposed to be matte. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why, and I've Googled it, and so these move, and the pigtails move, and the agohe moves. Her little sailor thingy moves. Everything, almost everything works really well, except for that sleeve and a little bit of the hair. And, I'm not gonna half-ass something and then just... Okay, so here the leg goes through the skirt, but you can easily move the skirt to cover said leg. Obviously, put a little more effort into that. It's just like for the same reason why I haven't released some of my Sims content, because there's still problems with it. I work hard, constantly, every day on whatever projects that I'm working on. Wah wah wah. Boop. It looks just so much better with the subdivision modifier. I wish I could just apply it, but they say not to apply it, and it's annoying. But she looks really cute as a static figurine. Let me show you what else. Let's see. Not in here. Just show random stuff that I've made. I think if we go into clothes, I can show you the candy bone earrings. So, I made this from scratch based on a picture of the same earrings. Let me go find it for you. These are cute. They're so cute. I wish I had them. I wish I had a 3D printer because I could just take my model and print it. The textures aren't perfect. This is Blender Internal, so I would have to play around with it in cycles and stuff. But unwrapping it and texturing it was also not easy. When a teacher or your boss tells you to put effort into the task you're doing, it means don't be lazy about it. And I am a very lazy person, but I've come to realize that it's not like it's a specific type of lazy. I'm the kind of lazy that's physical. So if I put even more effort into this, I could actually dig out these little holes. But they have, I made this also for The Sims. I haven't released it yet, not because it has an error, but just because I haven't been releasing this stuff yet. And I put normals on it so that in-game it should look better. And the thing is I also had to make it very much lower poly than that. So
Let's see what else I got in here. Do. Here's my cupcake clip, which is also based on a little clip that I found. I'm not going to show you the penis stuff because I can't show you the penis stuff, but I can show you the slut thing. Slut charm. This was also based on a charm, and the texture is taken from it. Now, I didn't have to make these little jewels one by one, because the jewels are textured on there themselves. But I decided that it didn't really look that good, so I put this jewel instead. I didn't have to do that. I don't have to do those things. But I did. I don't have to put music to my narrations, but I do. And then these little earrings. I didn't have to extrude that, but I did. What else I got?
I don't have many things in here that are my things. All that's in Sim stuff. So let's go with accessories. Let's go with G. Okay, it must not be in G, it must be in L. L. So obviously I didn't make this from scratch, but you have no idea how difficult it is to convert something that's not for The Sims to The Sims. And I think I was also working on the bents, because trap link is best link. I'm in the S's. I was working on the pants. And also another thing is you can't use the same materials. These are the regular materials. That's not what a material for The Sims looks like. Material for The Sims looks like this, and you actually have to put the materials in certain places, which is difficult, especially since this has 20 different swatches. Another problem is the reason why I haven't actually put these in my game yet is because there's a certain thing that I don't know how to do yet, and that is the UV1. The damn UV1. It makes it able to slide in game, which means if you adjust the width of the hips or the bigness of the butt or the thickness of the thighs, the pants are supposed to go with it. But without doing the UV1, then the skin just comes out of the pants. It doesn't matter if it's rigged or not. And I don't know why I have such an issue with it, but I do, and it's pissing me off. Let's see. And then I have a lot of stuff that I was converting for Femboy. But let's see if I can find something that... Do I have... Oh, yeah. Something that I definitely haven't. I thought I named it, though. Or did I put it in... Nope. That's the door. Hang on. I don't want to click these and have them end up accidentally being not safe for work. I'm glad I did that, because 2 of them were not safe for work. This was a skirt that I was working on. I think it might be too high poly. I actually haven't been working on this for a long time. Another thing I haven't been working on. This is something I made mostly from scratch. The things that I didn't make were... Oh, I did have to make the lollipop. No, that is my chocolate. Okay, what didn't I make? No, I made everything. Some of the textures, not so much. It's not rigged. It's not ready for anything. Well, I think it's rigged.
Da-boop. 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 Boop. Do-do, do-do.
No, it's not rigged. Anyway, so I was working on this dessert dress, and I have the shoes in my game, but there is a problem with them too. Let's go to material. So they're cute, aren't they?
Yes.
But without the UV1, the problem I have is some of the vertices are like, and they're stretching out and stuff. And then I was working on a top hat, which I don't think, no, does not have any textures yet. So basically this was all to go with the dessert dress, and I would have like bracelets that were donuts and stuff. But the thing that stops me from releasing a lot of this stuff is that I don't have the UV1. And that's something you have to put effort into. Let's see. I don't think any of these are mine. I download a lot of stuff from free 3D places like Blend Swap and Sketchfab and stuff. I think... Excuse me, God. Oh, here's an example of a grease pencil thing. But I had to significantly lower the poly count. So this is Edgar, the U messed up on your drawing fuzz. And I haven't figured out how to turn it into a mesh. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm still working on Aitha. She does not look good. I'm still working on Quiggle. And the sea lion. I really have to say, though,
Oh, you're missing all your textures.
really have to say that the sugar dragon is one of my prides and joys. But I have been working on a lot of VR stuff. So, and I've been teaching myself how to do animations and stuff. So happy. One you can find on my YouTube, which is Sleepy Lonnie. And, I don't know. Oh, Claire. Claire is a Vroid model that I took And first of all, I put some Sim stuff on her. But the most important part is that I took the Vroid head and merged it with it's basically a hybrid between the Vroid head and the a Cyclops head from Miku Miku Dance that somebody made. So, because we don't have Cyclops as a Vroid, so this wasn't exactly easy. If I go to face, I had to basically redo a lot of the facial expressions and the shape keys, and it's not easy to animate to do that with a Cyclops eye. But doesn't it look pretty good? I mean, I'm rather proud of it. So I'm just going to show you all. Oops, I went down instead of up there. So angry. I didn't really have to change the mouth because that was part of the Vroid head, but I had to change the eyes and the eyebrow. Yeah. And she should be all rigged and everything. The dress might be a little wonky, I think. I might have to do that again. So, yeah. That's Claire, my little Cyclops. When using something that's been already made, it's not always just, oh, slap it on and I'm done. Because it did not look like this. It was very different. I had to go through and fit it to the face. And it was so tedious, and I had to start over so many times. I did the same with...
Let's go back to the Sims.
Female Cyclops head. This was so hard. It's really hard to do it with the nose. And it doesn't really work in game. Another one that doesn't work in game was the Triclops head. Which it looks good. It does. Not in game. Another thing that almost worked was my anime head. But then I tweaked some things. And now it doesn't work anymore. Ooh, what else was I working on? No, I already tried that. Other? Oh, yeah. Okay, so what's the first Gemini? Okay, so then I made the second one to progress in case I had to start over. Right? Was I really gonna do that? So I guess what I was doing was I was attempting to make a body that was, well, doubled. So I know there's this foot right here. I can hide that by... Hey. Hey! That's supposed to be hidden. Okay. So fuse the legs, and I suppose I'm just gonna copy and symmetrize it because I can't do that again. I seriously doubt it's gonna work in game, but you know. And then what else? Oh yeah, this is another thing that's not working in game. It's my sleek robot. She's so cute. Let's take a look at her in solid so you can see things. I believe I did this mostly from scratch. What I did was I took the Sim's body and I extruded different parts to make her look more robotic. And she has no hands or feet, so basically, if the hands are invisible, when she picks up things, it's going to look like it's hovering, which is the point. Let's go back into material and take a look at her face. So she has no nose or mouth. I think now with the morph editor, I will be able to set some of these things as morphs. But she just doesn't work right now. I thought there was another weird one I was doing. What's blank? Hang on. It's just the regular Sim's body. I really don't think this is gonna work. But it's pretty cool in theory, right? Then I guess I made just the eye. Genderless body. Where it's not what you think until you look at it and you're like, oh, it's half woman, half man. Literally genderless. It just, obviously, it's not finished, but, you know. So this is, I did put some of my weird stuff in here. Genderless, some penises. Tried to make a human cat head, but I didn't get anywhere on that. Human paws? Oh. Well, I guess those would technically be in shoes. Let's see what else. What's eyelashes dual? I must have just doubled them or something. Insect head. What is that? It doesn't even have the skin on it. Oh my god! It's been a long time. And then obviously, I think I've shown Zem, so I had to make his little things. And I was trying to make a little person. I wanted an adult object. I took the child rig and I wanted to put an adult in the child rig, so you had the option to have a little person, because let's face it, not everybody has a average sized body. So and again, this is one of those things where I'm really not sure if the rig would actually work. I think I had that open because I was fitting it, but I don't think it's actually rigged yet. Okay, it works a little bit. Whee! So what else do I got? That is mine. A lot of not safe for work stuff. made shark teeth. They're not, awesome, but they're something. So I was making more stuff for The Sims, but then I got into some other stuff. Poses. So posing isn't exactly easy either. And then I was making big eyes, but somebody made big eyes before I could finish that. So let's go ahead and cancel that. New. So right now, at the moment, I am working on this. I'm working on taking my Vroid model and making her better. So I already made her base. I made some changes, obviously, to her face to make it more like my drawing style, and I gave her a bigger butt because I have a big butt, and I cannot lie. So if we were to go in object, and I also changed the hair because it looked weird. It's not perfectly reminiscent of my cartoon character's hair. And then I slapped a bunch of stuff from The Sims and Miku Miku Dance onto her. This candy I made that candy. I had to refit things, which also isn't easy. It's not rigged yet. I'm changing the textures to make them match a little better. But another thing I had to do was I added way more shape keys. I think I actually changed a lot of the shape keys that were already there. So, mouth neutral actually, it made her look like she was pouting, so I just made it closed. And this one was more triangular. I don't really like what it does to the. I might have to fix that. It was more triangular, and I made it rounder. Whap. Surprise was already like that. And then I added an actual 3D lip ring instead of having just the texture. These things aren't available in Vroid Studio, so I have to, soup it up in Blender. And then that was already like that. I made that one. It's not perfect, mainly because of the textures. But I figured that I just wanted that small anime smile. And then with Joy, I made it a little less rounded around the edges because it didn't actually look too much like a smile. It looked like she was screaming. And then I made this one. Oh my god, this was a nightmare. So I wanted that sort of like cutish. Did I wake you up? No. Cutish, little rounded sort of smile. And then there was no option to smile with the teeth. And I couldn't just make a teeth slider because obviously the teeth move with other sliders. So, smile with the teeth. And then angry with the teeth. Oh, the cat mouth was a nightmare in itself. Especially opening it. I'm okay with the results. It was just really, really difficult. I didn't need to make all these extra expressions, like this one. And then I also rigged the tongue so I can make it move. And then there's, A-E-I-O-U, up, down. I made small and wide. Let's go ahead and open up your mouth.
See, the tongue wouldn't work properly being a shape key because it would go through the mouth in certain expressions. So I rigged it, but then I also had to make thin and wide for whatever whatever expression is needed. So let's go ahead and close your mouth again. Yerp. And then I don't think I did anything to the closed eyes. Now, obviously, because these are just planes and not meshes, you're seeing through them. But if I were to, I have to turn on the light. No, I don't. You're shadeless. What am I thinking? Then it looks a little better. But I see some stuff that I have to go in and fix. This is just the render example, though. Actually rendered would be different. So, and then I separated them because Vroid didn't have them left and right. So I'm like, how are you supposed to wink? No, wait. No, they did have them left and right. They didn't have the eyebrows left and right. And then I fixed these because when it was like this, the bottom eye line wouldn't, it was gappy. It was kind of like what this is doing, but I also tried to fix that as best I could, and that was the best that I could do. And then that was already there. I made incredulous. I also made excited. And this is surprised. I made the eyes smaller for surprised, I think, because they weren't small enough. And then I made happy. That was really, really hard. Angry was already there. Sparkly adds more shine. Listless takes away the shine. And then I added this. And this. Made eyes bigger. Made eyes smaller. Oh, made some dots and made a none for the dots. And with incredulous, I love it. So then there's none. Then here are the extras. It already had this one, but I changed the texture. Oh, I have to turn the extra on. Oh, it looks so terrible with makeup. There's really not much I can do about that. I was thinking of making a cover for this, but we'll see. And then there's just a normal one of that, but I think... No, this does not go with the eye. This is alone. Then I did this one. It looks very bad with the extra on. I might have to make it specifically to fit these. And then our hearts. And note that I didn't do this. This was already a Vroid thing, even though you can't do this in the actual program. Then I added swirlies, and then I added this, and then I added this. What? No, that's not the right one. That's not right. Oh my god. I have so many maps. Okay, so that's supposed to be 10, but it's not supposed to be like that. Okay. What exactly is this? I think that's the lip ring. I extra 10. You're supposed to be
eye extra. This one? Hang on. You're supposed to be eye extra 4. Why are you not eye extra 4? Oh, for heaven's sake. So what was I doing here? Oh, right, I was... okay. So, let's take a look. Why do I have 2 2s? So 10 is the one, 4 is the other one. Why are you taking the texture? You're supposed to have 4. Why is 10 going with you? Select inverse, hide. Okay, that's fine. Cool, great, awesome. So why is 10 going with you? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Do. Select, because for this, you're not supposed to be out. Let us blend from shape. There we go. I guess for some reason I didn't do that. Okay, back to business. Then just dots. And then cute dots. Oh, I see. I hadn't done number 10 yet. Got it. So I also changed the eyebrows because they were not to my liking. And then I added the what? So, and that'll be perfect for Babs too, because I actually had to texture her eyebrows in that way. And I did not like that. So now I can actually make her have an expression. Excuse me. I also changed anger. Now these are made to be when the eyes are down, but I also made an up and down for the eyebrows. Change the sad one too. I did not make an up and down for the eyebrows. I need to make an up and down for the eyebrows. And then no eyebrows. And then here's all of them together. All of the normal ones together that they had, but my edits. So, oh. Let's take this off real quick. So, I'm gonna choose blend from shape, go to eye, surprised. Your eyes hypnotized, so why? Something like that, I don't know. I can't believe I forgot to do that. There we go. And all angry, all joy. Oh, here's some more I added. So this is specifically for just extra expressions. I am gonna have to fix that. So this is typical anime, like darkness. Then here's a blush, and then a smaller flush, and then tears, which I also have an up and down. Actually, I only have an up. I didn't need to do a down. And then a sweat drop, anger, fear, and that's it. So I need to do that 10. And I need to fix the scary. Okay. So if I didn't put effort into things, I wouldn't be working on them days at a time, every hour of each day. Why do I have... Okay. I do boopy. And a boopy. Like, I don't want to run. I don't want to walk. Sometimes I just don't want to get up and get something. I'm lazy. But I'm also very much not lazy in the sense of I put as much effort as I can into all projects that I have. Because I don't have to do any of this. With her little face stickers, I didn't have to actually put 3D meshes on her face, which I'm not done with. I could have just drawn them on the face. And... Oops. Hello. I wouldn't have to do this. I could have just let that be. Do I have another one? No? Good? I think we're good. I wonder what the belt would look like. Does the belt have a subdivision surface? Let's see what it looks like with a subdivision. I know I put a smooth on it. So, obviously, I would have to fix. Does it look better? I mean, obviously, yes, it looks better, but I don't know. I just don't want it to be too high poly. I'm gonna just leave it alone for right now. And in order to make it lower poly, there will be areas on the body which I will have to delete. If I select the body, I go to edit. So I will be deleting, most of the parts of the legs here. Probably not the belly. And then I put underwear on her. Maybe some of the chest. Who knows? I feel like I should get rid of some of the scalp because of that. No, I wasn't having that issue with her hair. I was having that with Sugoi-chan. And then I've got to do new textures. And then I kind of want to see what it might look like if she's not shadeless. To see if maybe I can make a more high poly version for like good animations or something. I don't know. And then I have other characters to work on. I have a video game idea, and that's where Jelly Girl and Sugoi-chan are from. I might as well share it now. So, I got the idea from Mortal Kombat with the friendship endings. I had an idea that it's a fighting game, but instead of being fighting, it's friendly things. And instead of taking health away from the bar, you have happiness points in which every time you quote-unquote attack the opponent, the bar goes up instead of down, and whoever has, whoever fills the happiness points bar, the HP bar, loses. So basically the point of the game is making your opponent happy. These are not set in stone, but taunting would be complimenting. I had real trouble with this, so
Tickling would be the punch, but I have a problem with the kick. Toe poke, just a gentle poke, and I'm not. That is definitely up for debate. So each character has a special ability and special move. You can only use the special move once your karma bar is filled, and you get more karma the more happiness you give to your opponent. So I'm bringing Paku into the roster. Paku the cupcake robot. And its moves, it's genderless, is a baker's dozen, shoots 13 cupcakes in rapid succession into the opponent's mouth, each one giving happiness to form a combo, possible crit hits. Again, these are not set in stone. Cherry on top, opponent has a cupcake, but is sad that it's missing a cherry. Paku tops it with a big, shiny cherry, making the opponent happy. Chocolate chip trip, which is named after a Tool song. Opponent holds up a giant cookie, and Paku shoots chocolate chips onto it. Special move, Sugar Overload, presents opponent with a birthday gift, which they open, and it's a huge cupcake that they eat, which causes great happiness and slower attacks for a few seconds. Special ability, Durable, can block for twice as long as everyone else. So let's say they're blocking, and it takes 3 times for the opponent to, quote-unquote, attack you in order to break the block. For Paku, it would take 6. Weakness, cupcake-based attacks. Does not include cake. I'm also bringing Pingy, the super candy rabbit from space. Let me show you her real quick. So for a while I was designing straight-up background characters that would most likely only be mentioned in a story using doll dress-up games. And even doll dress-up games require a lot of effort if you want to make it look good. So this is Pingy, the super candy rabbit from space. And I've decided that I'm going to bring her in. She's going to be difficult to model, even though she's not going to look humanoid like this. I redrew her in the style that I want it to look. And this game would be just plain cutesy. And, like, the stages are cute. Everything is just cute. So moves, Candy Cascade uses her wand to summon a sparkly barrage of candy to swirl around the opponent, which the opponent eats. Jelly Bean Dream throws a huge bag at opponent, which bursts on impact, showering them with jelly beans. Sugar Coat summons a tornado of sugar that covers opponent, making them sparkly. This should do something. I'm not sure what this should do, because just making them sparkly... Well, being sparkly and covered in sugar would make you happy. Again, these aren't... This is all alpha. Special move, Super Fuzzy Snuggle Time. Runs up to opponent and gives them adorable and furious snuggles. Guaranteed crit hit. Special ability, Double Jump. Can jump twice in the air. Weakness, candy-based attacks. Ratty Cake. She's a rat, and she's cute. Moves are Sweet Offering, rolls out 3 cupcakes from her tail, offering them to opponent. Strawberry Angel releases a flying strawberry cake slice with wings and a halo into opponent's mouth. Batter Disaster mixes batter in a bowl with electric mixer, but she loses control and the batter gets on the opponent. Opponent licks it up and gives a thumbs up, as if to say, it tastes good. Special move, Happy Birthday, produces a huge cake and an explosion of confetti, a shower of presents, and tons of balloons. Opponent's attacks cause half the amount of happiness for a few seconds. Special ability, Agility, is twice as fast as other characters. Weakness, cake-based attacks, includes cupcakes. So here's Sugoya-chan. She is a character that is typically Japanese anime. So... Crybaby can cry for a moment, making the opponent feel sympathetic, which increases the happiness of each attack by double for a few seconds. Not the opponent's attacks. There is a waiting period before it can be used again. Kisu, which is Japanese for kiss, will run up and kiss opponent on the cheek, giving critical happiness. Idol will do a little dance while singing, striking a pose afterward, making opponent applaud. So an idol is basically the Japanese versions, they call them idols, of like music pop stars and stuff. Special move, Super Kawaii Desu. She winks, strikes a pose, and says something cute. A heart pops up and shoots at the opponent, which will keep the opponent in a daze for a few seconds so that they can't attack. Special ability, vanity. Compliments don't work on her. Weakness, cuteness-based attacks. Food doesn't count. So, Pingy, the super fuzzy snuggle time would do, like, more damage on Sugoi-chan. Ungiri the bat. He is a bat that looks like a rice ball. Pickled plum. Takes his plum off his belly and throws it at opponent, who eats it. Must wait until plum grows back to use again. Fuzzball. Tickles opponent's nose with tail, makes them slower for a few seconds. Shoyu flavor. Offers opponent a plate of 3 rice balls with a bottle of soy sauce. Chopstick master. Bombards opponent with multiple Japanese foods by throwing them with chopsticks. Opponent eats it, gets filled up, and is not able to attack for a few seconds. Special ability, fly. This character is always in the air. Can't jump, obviously. Weakness, otaku-based attacks. So, like Sugoi-chan's idol attack. Smokey the plump dragon. Open fire. Takes out a few sticks with marshmallows on them, roasts them with fire breath, and gives them to opponent, which they eat. Squishy. Waddles up to opponent, gives adorable face, and opponent can't help but hug and squeeze him. Show off. Blows puffs of smoke into the air in many shapes, which delights the opponent. Special move. Popcorn party. Uses fire to pop so much popcorn it fills the screen, and he and the opponent have to eat it together. Opponent can't attack for a few seconds. Special ability. Flutter. Can fly, but only for short periods of time because he's so fat. Weakness. Non-dessert food-based attacks. Sprinkles the alien pup. Moves. Sprinkle shower. Summons a cotton candy cloud that rains sprinkles over the opponent's head. Good boy. Does a bunch of cute puppy things that makes opponent happy, and their attacks don't give as much happiness for a few seconds. Top this. Summons a big bowl of ice cream with an antennae and showers it with sprinkles before giving it to opponent. Special move, loyalty. Steps in front of opponent and starts defending them against a bunch of bad things. He will get a grateful hug, pat on the head, and a treat. Special ability, irresistible. Breaks through blocks twice as fast. So, let's say a block needs 3 hits to be broken. He would only have to hit the opponent once in order to break their block. Weakness, baked dessert-based attacks. Freezy the ice cream spider. Double scoop, gives opponent a big double scoop ice cream in a waffle cone. Opponent moves slower for a few seconds because they're cold. Chill out, spins a decorative web around the screen which turns to ice and sparkles. Opponent enjoys the beauty. Sad Spider, a mega block that injures the opponent, taking away a few points of happiness. He gets sad and his happiness goes down, essentially healing him for a few seconds. Special move, Super Deluxe Every Flavor Mega Cone. Creates a massive ice cream cone with towering scoops of every flavor, tons of toppings, and a gorgeous cherry that sends the opponent into a sweet tooth frenzy. 1-hit KO. Special ability, climb. Can climb on edges of screen, including the top. Weakness, chilled desserts-based attacks. So the reason why that's their weakness is because that's the thing they like. So Paku, weakness is cupcakes because Paku likes cupcakes. Birthday Ghost. Tweeter. Tosses a party tweeter to opponent and they both blow them together, making the opponent laugh. Confetti Balloon. Gives balloon that pops with a huge... I don't proofread these things. With a huge explosion of confetti. Guaranteed crit hit. The Giver. Shoots gifts at opponent in rapid succession. Possible crit hits. Special move, Surprise. Starts out dark and spooky, but then turns into a massive surprise party for the opponent, making them feel super special and loved. Opponent is dazed for a few seconds. Special ability, Spoopy. This character is always in the air and can also go through the ends of the screen to appear on the other side, like Pac-Man. Weakness, party-based attacks. Food doesn't count unless it's specifically birthday. Inkly, the Queen of Hugs. She's an octopus. Octo-hug, a tight, loving hug delivered to an opponent which disables their attacks for a few seconds. If you heard that, that was the washing machine. Cannot use again until a certain number of happiness points are accumulated. Generosity. She will present some money and treasure to the opponent out of the goodness of her heart. Opponent cries happy tears and hugs her. Guaranteed crit hit. Loyal subject. Opponent will be happy and fawn over the queen, but this makes her sort of guilty for making opponent feel like that just because just because she's a queen, she deserves to be worshipped. She will become sad and lose the amount of happiness caused to opponent. Period. So, she heals. Special move, the hug that united the world. She will grow huge and hug the entire world, making the world itself happy, and opponent will sob happily at the piece and faint. Instant KO. Special ability, royal. Being a queen, she can be hard to please. Attacks do half the damage they would normally, except special moves. Weakness, hug-based attacks. So Pingy would also have a strength against her. And here's Jelly Girl. Taste test. She will grab jelly from her hair and shove it into opponent's mouth, and they become happy from the flavor. Jelly filled. Throws a jelly-filled donut when opponent takes a bite, it covers them and making them unable makes them unable to attack for a few seconds. Bean Blizzard. Summons millions of jelly beans and opponent catches some in their mouth. And it would be like a blizzard, so they'd be like falling sort of diagonally like rain or snow, like a blizzard. Special move, Ambrosia. Presents a giant, gorgeous jelly dessert to opponent, which they jump in and eat from the inside. I think both of them jump in and eat from the inside. Guaranteed crit hit and slows them down for a few seconds. Special ability, Stretch. Can hit close range attacks from far away by stretching herself. She can also duck much lower. Weakness, jelly-based attacks. Grace, the magic pot of flowers. Grace is a pot of flowers. The pot has 2 feet, and there are 3 different flowers in the pot. There's a rose, a tulip, and a daisy. And they are all basically separate from each other. Full bloom will cause countless flowers to bloom on the ground, making opponent spin with delight. Sun-kissed. Summons a ray of sunlight to rain down on opponent, and a pair of lips kiss their cheek, making them blush. He loves me not. A mega block that causes their petals to fall off. They are sad, which removes happiness points for a few seconds. Also removes just a couple from the opponent. So in the process, they sort of heal the opponent a little bit. Special move, Sakura, which is Sakura, which is Japanese for cherry blossom. Summons millions of cherry blossoms that swirl around the opponent in a beautiful, sparkling display of springtime. Guaranteed crit hit. So it's kind of like Bleach's Byakuya's Zenbon Sakura attack, except it doesn't do damage. It's pretty and stuff. Special ability, Comrade. Since there are 3 of them, they attack twice as fast, but move around at normal speed because they only have 1 pair of legs. And then weakness, affection-based attacks. So that's the entire roster in the alpha stages. I'm not exactly sure how I would make this a game. I'm not very good with code, even though I was working, a lot with code when I was doing my mods for SCP Containment Breach and Doki Doki Literature Club. I haven't worked with code for so long that I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to reteach myself. That's another thing. Teaching yourself how to do things takes effort. It's just like fucking stupid. Stuff. So, that's kind of an aspiration of mine. Either I learn how to do it myself in Unity, or I learn how to do it myself in whatever B3D's called, that program, whatever. It'd probably be easier in Unity. Or I go onto Fiverr and I hire somebody to take all my resources and put them together. But that's just a roundabout way of saying I hate sauerkraut. Now, I'm doing a very tedious thing. It's not necessarily difficult, but it's tedious, and I'm coloring this monster to make different colored sprinkles on this bow because the sprinkles were the exact color as the frosting, and I cannot handle that. So, and I'm changing the colors of basically everything. And this has gone on for almost 2 hours. Oh, but I should probably show you Extraordinary Girl's things first. Oh, Extraordinary Girl's naked, though. I'm going to have to do the extra effort and blur her. In fact, I can do that right now. First off, here's a render I did of her. I rigged her, and it actually works really, really well. So these are the materials. I'm doing her in cycles. At this time, I hadn't done any facial expressions, and still to this point, I am having trouble moving her eyes. So I will have to figure that out as well. I also do not like the shine on the earrings and the lollybobbles, but I think that might have to do with the fact that I need to create an environment for her to sit in. But while we go and see her, I made her anatomically correct, but I don't really know why. I think it was just to see if I could do it, because I'm not going to use her for not safe for work things. So now obviously in the viewport she looks a lot different, but if I were to turn on this lamp and if I were to render, then it would be different and you could see the shine and stuff. But again, I don't like these little circles, so we'll figure out when I put an environment on. So I have these eye trackers, and I was following a tutorial, but I know what the problem is, and it's something that I'm gonna have to redo. I'm not quite sure. So, but I did do shape keys. The problem is showing you the shape keys right now because at the moment the eyelashes and the face are two separate objects, as well as the eyebrows. So the eyebrows do have shape keys. Boop-a-dee-doop. So again, I did the left and right thing, and her eyebrows are supposed to be over her hair. They're supposed to literally be floating in the air. That's how they would be in 2D drawings. And I didn't do them together. I just kept them separate. So I'll just show you the right ones. Let's move them in or out. It's especially hard to create a character that looked like this. But the good thing is that I really like her hands a lot better here. I can't draw hands, and it's also hard for me to pose hands. The thing that I'm going to have trouble with is this outline. I've obviously got the top lashes, but I need the outline, and at the moment, with the way she is designed, I cannot texture that, so I might have to make that a mesh. And then, no eyebrows. I'm going to go ahead and hide the eyelashes so that I can show the shape keys on the face, which is actually on the body. So let's go to front. This is to close her mouth. Should I take the... It doesn't look as good. I need to keep the subdivide modifier on. And then this is smiling. Frowny face.
I think the hardest part of doing these shape keys were the eyes, and I'll show you them in a moment. And then this is to move the mouth up for various reasons, and down for various reasons. Come on. And she has two tongues, because one is the heart-shaped tongue that you just see in the mouth. The other is hidden, which I think I'm gonna have to rig that. I might have shape keys on it, but unless I already rigged it. Look at me on top of things. I already rigged it. So it's hidden in here, and it's for like sticking her tongue out and stuff. In which case, I'd probably have to add a shape key to this to hide the tongue. So let's go back to object. Front. And her teeth look gray right now, but they're not gray. They're white. So, things look different. I didn't mean to do that. Material. I know, it's annoying me that it's going slow as well. You drink water. And since she's not anime, she doesn't have those extra expressions. And then A E I O U. And sometimes Y. For some reason I have the brows in here. Go. Thank you. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip those. So I did these separately too. It does not look great. That's the biggest problem. Go away, lamp. Is that it doesn't look proper. But they go over the eyes, so that's a win. Okay, so she's gonna look derpy because I'm only gonna do the right lid. And then this is the bottom lid. Now, did I use that to blink? I might have used that to blink. Yes, I did. So blink isn't one shape key. I think it was so that I could do different expressions with the eyelids. So, top joy, bottom joy. Now, obviously, to just use this, I would bring it like halfway. Now, if the eyelashes were here, then they would move too. But I do not have them connected right now for specific reasons, meaning that I am not entirely
That's not what I wanted. Entirely happy enough with it yet, and also because of needing the line. Okay, so that's all the eyes, and then I added blush for her. Which... is that like seriously... what do you do? It shouldn't be going in through like that. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to fix that too. I keep doing that. But that's not all, my friends. So this is one power. This is her shield power. And this is what it actually looks like. So no matter what angle you look at it, you can see her inside the shield. She will never get covered with this solid color. And it might be able to glow. Does it glow? It glows. So let's open. And these are lazily colored just for placeholders. I will actually make the textures later. So these are her day clothes that I made from scratch, except for the skirt. The skirt is a sim skirt, but everything else I made. Oh, and the bows. I did not make the bows. I got that from something else too. So it all fits her. It's not rigged yet. I should have shown the rig on her. That's okay. I don't want to re-bleep her. And then I made just her underwear. And then her uniform, which is going to give me a lot of problems. So obviously this isn't colored yet. This is the thing that's going to give me problems is the cape. Now these are the flaps that are discreetly right here on the costume that she can grab and stretch out to glide if her flying ability isn't working. But I don't know how I'm going to animate that. I can animate the little cape just fine. But yeah, that's going to be some difficult snappy snoo right there. And I haven't made motor yet, but I mean, it was difficult enough just to construct these. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but that's okay, because that's why there are forums and stuff dedicated to getting help with programs like Blender. Do I have anything else? No. You know, and I'll make shape keys for motor and everything too. He'll be so much easier to make and so much easier to animate. So motor is this little guy right here. All I'll have to do is make a sphere and then make little sockets for the eyes. They won't have to move because they'll just have to glow. And then just make a little opening for the mouth and put some bones right here. And probably just put a regular bone in the middle of him just to move him around. Put bones in his antenna so they can move around, and bing bang boom, you got yourself motor. But I guess you can see how the rig works here. It's very smooth, and I'm very happy with it. I was so proud. I was like, oh my god, this is my first successful rigging. It was awesome. Anyway, I need to go back to work. If you listen this long, cool. If you like my videos, leave a like, spread the word of awesome, become a Reitannite, and don't forget to click the little bell. And I shall see you later, alligators and crocodiles. Sorry for the hiccups. Goodbye.